People often ask me, where's the best place to go for your first safari? That's a really difficult question to answer. I first went on safari in 1997, so that's 28 years ago, to Namibia. I became a guide in 2006, and since then I've done over 100 safaris myself, and have probably put together over 1,000 safaris for my clients since starting Indigo Safaris in 2009. And my team of safari experts, between them, have probably put together close to 10,000 safaris. And yet we still don't have one definitive answer to that question, because it really depends on what people are looking for, what type of experience they want, and what their budget is. So we could look at different countries one by one. People often think of South Africa as a first-time safari destination, and it is a great place to go. It probably has the least culture shock for anyone coming from Western Europe or the United States. It has the big five, so you've got elephant, rhino, buffalo, lion, leopard. Are all relatively easy to find there, leopard being the hardest one there. It can combine beautifully with history, going to Cape Town, seeing historic sites. Table Mountain is another great location. There are the vineyards, so you can combine beach and bush quite easily. And South Africa has a variety of different national parks and places to go. You can go to the Drakensberg Mountains. Obviously people know Kruger National Park and the excellent private reserves adjacent to Kruger. There's Madikwe Game Reserve up on the border with Botswana, which is excellent. And then you have the whole of KwaZulu-Natal along the Indian Ocean coastline, with some beautiful wild beach coastal stays and some fantastic big five safari locations as well that provide excellent value for money. You could go to Botswana. Botswana has really varied ecosystems. You have the Kalahari Desert, the unique Okavango Delta, which is the world's largest inland delta, different game reserves with different ecosystems. The one thing that you'll find hard to see in Botswana, apart from in a few select locations, is rhino, but it can be done. You can go to Zimbabwe, where I am currently, and Zimbabwe has big five too. There's some rhinos that have been reintroduced into Wankie National Park in a private concession. There are rhinos at Matopos. All the other big five are here. It's a wonderful destination for elephants. And then to combine that with some relaxation, you have Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, which makes a great place to relax and chill out after your safari or before you start. You could go to Namibia. Namibia, totally different landscapes to the rest of Southern Africa, very arid but changing all the time. Beautiful dunes, great for big five. You're almost guaranteed to see the big five if you go to the right places in Namibia. It's a huge country, which makes it an ideal location for a road trip, like a 2 or 3 week trip. We put it together with nice lodges, SUV rental, and you can cruise around some amazing places combining wildlife, culture and landscapes. Other places you could consider, Zambia also has wonderful safari. Quite hard to find rhino in Zambia, but some beautiful national parks there, and also part of Victoria Falls is in Zambia. So that can be your relaxation part at the end of the safari. You could go to Tanzania, home of the Great Migration, up in the northern part of Tanzania with the Serengeti, Tarangire National Park, world famous Ngorongoro Crater, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you can find rhino. Or southern Tanzania has some really beautiful unherited national parks like Nyerere and Ruaha, which are the 2 largest national parks in Tanzania. Then there's Katavi, that probably gets about 1,000 visitors a year at the very most, which is absolutely superb in the dry season, but very hard to find rhino in southern Tanzania. But if that's not an absolute must for you, there's some wonderful safari there and very, very few people. Then moving further north, we have Kenya. Kenya, you can see the big five there. Lewa Game Reserve has lots of black and white rhino. Then there's obviously the world-renowned Masai Mara with its fantastic private concessions, or conservancies as they're called in Kenya. which is wonderful for cats and elephants and all the rest of the plains game. So there is no one right answer. The best thing to do is to reach out to us, have a conversation about what you want to achieve, what you want to see, what you hope to experience, what your budget is, what season you can go in, and we'll put together the best possible safari for you. Other things to consider are the sorts of activities that you would like to do whilst you're on safari. Obviously there's the standard 4x4 game viewer to go looking for animals. It makes a great platform for photography, and in many areas the animals are very accustomed or habituated to them, so you can get really close to them. But another great way of experiencing Africa's wildlife is during a walking safari, which will be a 1.5, 2 to 3 hour walk early in the morning or late in the afternoon when it's not too hot, accompanied by armed rangers who are experts in their field. Great places for this would be Zimbabwe, Zambia and South Africa. You can do boating safaris. Nyerere National Park in Tanzania is wonderful for that. There's the huge Rufiji River, and then there's a lake system that sprouts off that where you can do afternoon boat cruises. You can do boat cruises in Lower Zambezi National Park in Zambia, and around Chobe area of Botswana as well. There are aerial activities that you can partake in: hot air ballooning over the Serengeti or the Masai Mara, scenic flights over the Okavango Delta with the doors off in a helicopter makes for fantastic photography experiences. Going back to the water, Botswana, especially around the Delta, is famous for Mokoro safaris. A Mokoro is a traditional dugout canoe, and you're poled along by an expert poler and guide, and allows you to see different waterfowl, see hippos, crocs, and elephants drinking on the side of the Delta. Other activities that are fantastic to add on to an African safari is scuba diving and snorkeling. The islands of Mafia, Pemba and Zanzibar are wonderful for that, as well as having a lot of history and culture there. Or you can scuba dive along the coastline of Mozambique in various places. It's a great big fish destination with manta rays, other ray species, sharks visible in abundance at the right time of year. And South Africa is also great for marine activities, with a sardine run in June and July, and scuba diving year round in the Indian Ocean.